What's up, friends? Another episode, Sammy and Marissa's Husbands. We have a special episode today, a very special and irrelevant guest. Not irrelevant.
What?
It might have
Hold
sounded
on.
like I said
Hold
irrelevant.
on.
I meant I meant very relevant
Oh,
guest. Um, because of some recent news. But Tyler, would you like to go ahead and introduce our very relevant guest?
Yes, the relevant man himself, Corey Montgomery. You kind of buried the lead on that one. Corey had to
Started
pipe
over.
up.
Started
Corey,
over. Good
Corey couldn't
Lord.
handle the disrespect, so you had to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
it wasn't intended to be
Okay.
disrespect, or maybe I just tried to slight you real quick right from the beginning.
You know what's coming.
Okay, okay. Oh man, so agenda today. We'll just kind of chat at the beginning. We'll do our good old fashioned athlete episode or segment, in which Corey is going to probably make us chug a beer. Talk some college football playoff, NFL playoffs, a little college basketball. Unfortunately, we will talk fantasy basketball. Maybe fortunate for you guys, but
No, hell
unfortunately
no.
for me. Maybe even a little NBA if we get to it. Random cues, Pat's peeves, and closing comments. Um, all right, so I guess the first thing I wanted to bring up is last episode we talked a little New Year's resolutions. And Tyler, I know we talked about yours. Corey, did you have any New Year's resolutions that you were trying to sustain?
I didn't set any actual resolutions, but I think there's something about, the start of the year that kind of makes you want to be a little bit better. You look back at your last year and you realize, all the things that you fucked up or did bad. So, I wanted to eat a little bit better and I have actually stopped smoking. So, you know,
Nice.
we're making progress.
That's what's up. That's a good resolution. I mean, I think people always talk new year, new me, and I think that's a little BS. Still the same you. It's just improving
Mhm.
that you know what I'm saying? Tyler, how you doing on your resolutions?
good. That's a good point you brought up. It's still the same you, and I don't want to change. I don't want to be a different person. I want to be better, Tyler.
Yeah, I'd want to be a
So,
different person if I was you.
well, you have a small penis. So anyway, um, yeah. So my goal, I guess if you just break it down, is essentially 1 pound lost a week, 52 for the year. I lost 3 pounds first week. So we're sub 250 for the 25th time since I've been 250.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, we're right on the threshold. I'm 249.1. So we're rocking and rolling. It, the first 10 pounds is always like once I see the 230s, I'll feel like, okay, we're getting into our groove.
Yeah, I think even like low 240s, you're gonna because I mean, 10 pounds is an
Yeah.
accomplishment. A lot of people struggle to lose 10 pounds. Um, but it's just the consistency, and that kind of like is my New Year's resolution as well. It's not necessarily one specific thing, it's just kind of stay consistent throughout the year. Don't have like those long lapses where I, eat like crap or don't work out. So I didn't miss any workouts last week. Uh, I did want to start reading more. I only read one night last week, so kind of fucked that up already. And then also like I wanted to shoot around a little bit more. That's kind of like something I wanted to do for myself, just go in the gym, nobody else, and just shoot around. Uh, that gets a little boring after you do it for a few days in a row by
What
yourself.
shooting around?
Yeah, just by yourself. You
Yeah,
need a
I
partner.
actually went to the gym last week. And obviously I've been dealing with the feet injury. I shot around at like a walking pace and basically did form shooting. It's kind of hard to form shoot threes. So I was doing a little, hop type thing. And my feet hurt the next day. So I think this is going to be a little bit longer of a recovery than I want. But I'm just trying to not go crazy. And I did the row machine, which is my first time doing that. And it was kind of difficult for me to get the routine down because I didn't realize that it was a full body thing. I thought it was just upper body
Yeah.
and your feet moving, lower back, all that shit. So that was good. And to touch on the reading thing, my goal this year is 12 books. So basically a book a month,
It's a
which
good
I
goal.
didn't say that originally, but I feel like it's attainable. And I mean, I don't want to do something where I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta read 12
Yeah,
books. You don't have to read every day. You read 2, 3, 4 times a week, whatever,
right.
and you can accomplish it.
Yeah, I'm not the fastest reader in the world. So I'll read every night. But what happens is like I'll lay down and try and read, but I get so tired if I'm in bed and reading. So I'll literally be like read like 4 pages and be like, I have to put this down or I'm gonna fall asleep reading this book.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way, especially if you're trying to cut down screen time. Like a book will knock you the fuck out if you're
It
laying
really
down
will,
reading.
especially a boring book like How to Circumnavigate the Globe, that I'm
Oh
reading
yeah,
right
the
now.
type of shit you're reading is
Ugh.
probably like how to make plain fucking pasta type shit.
No, that one's easy. I got How to Make Plain Pasta down pat. I don't need any books on that.
Real
Um,
quick, this question is for Trey and also the viewers. Do we feel that Tyler is milking the foot injury to get out of the half marathon? Thoughts? Thoughts?
So
I, you know,
I think we've gone and already made the assumption that the half marathon is not happening.
Oh
Um,
yeah, it's
he's in the clear, you know.
yeah,
yeah, no.
doctor's orders. Do I think he's milking it? I can't say his pain level based on how I feel, but I think he could get out there and do a little bit more than he's doing. But that's
All
just
right.
personal opinion.
Am I allowed to respond,
I
Corey?
think there's some
Yeah,
milk. It
yeah, of
might not
course.
be like whole milk. We
Yeah.
might be talking like almond milk, like slightly watered down milk, but there's some milk.
Yeah. Um, the pain, it has gotten better because I've been offloading, but I physically could not run more than I could probably push through a mile
You've
with the
been
pain.
offloading
Sure thing.
since the last half marathon.
Oh my God. You're a piece of shit. I'm not going to say that's not true
Mm, it's a
because I
long
haven't,
recovery, brother. Long
yeah,
recovery.
but the foot injury started at your brother's wedding is when I started to feel pain. I went to the doctor a month later. He said 6 to 8 weeks. It's been 6 weeks since that. So we're getting towards the end of the period where if I don't start feeling better, I'm going to have to pursue other avenues, like maybe go to a physical therapist or something.
Yeah, I
Something.
can't wait to see Mike's Snapchat about if Tyler's milking his injury or not.
Did you have a specific date in mind for the half marathon?
It was in February.
Okay. So we got a
Yeah.
few weeks, and I have a feeling it's probably going to start to get a little bit better all of a sudden.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and feign excitement I had. I was not looking forward to doing it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
also I don't shy away from challenges, guy.
All right, guy.
All right. We'll see you at
Whatever.
the starting line then. We'll have a good fan group to come support.
This
Oh, man.
is going swell.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say on the subject. We can move on.
All right. So I do want to know. So there has been this like winter storm that rolled through. Did you guys get hit with said winter storm, or was it just like, hey, go buy all the bread and water from the grocery store, kind of like how it normally is?
It was I can't speak for Myrtle Beach, but we had salt trucks that were out on Thursday, and Friday was very cold, like piercing skin kind of cold. And Saturday, the day we were supposed to get these ice storms and shit, it was literally like fucking 55 degrees. There was no ice.
Dang.
It was dumb as fuck.
So I guess it was probably pretty similar for you, Corey.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have any of that preparation. Like we just, we heard it was going to be cold, maybe some flurries. We got freezing rain on Friday for like 2 hours,
Okay.
and that was it.
Yeah. For us, it was like Armageddon was happening. They damn near canceled work 2 days before this storm was actually supposed to hit. And they thought we were going to get crushed by snow. And I was a little skeptical, obviously. I mean, I was going to take the day off work. That's cool. but it just missed us. Atlanta actually got hit pretty good. I think they had like a couple inches of snow, which is weird that we didn't get anything and it just missed just north of us because Atlanta is basically 2 hours northwest. It's not even that much further north than we are. But all right, that's cool. I was just wondering if you guys got anything for some reason. So I know Raleigh got some. I guess it didn't quite make it as east as they thought.
No, it wasn't bad. I'm tired of it though. I'm tired of this cold. Sucks.
Yeah, the cold sucks. It's been pretty cold here too. We gotta figure out this weather thing. Maybe we need to move somewhere tropical because I can't do it.
Yeah. Down to
Speaking
Florida.
of,
And you're about to go to a place that's even colder, right?
yeah, Missouri's kind of weird. It's kind of like here, to be honest. Like we're in like West Georgia, so we don't have like that. I don't know. It still gets cold in the winter. There, like it doesn't snow that much, but it's a lot of like freezing rain style stuff. Um, so I don't know. Missouri's kind of a weird state for multiple different reasons. It's Missouri, misery.
Yeah, true.
Um, so I guess another thing in weather that I wanted to talk about is these California wildfires. Obviously, nuts, disaster, hate that everybody's losing their homes and stuff. But the one thing that I wanted to bring up is that every time I turn on the TV, I hear something about donating to the victims of the wildfires. But when we had those hurricanes in like Western North Carolina and Tennessee got killed and it flooded all in there and people lost their houses and stuff, we didn't really see all that on national TV as much, I feel like.
I saw a pretty good amount of it. Definitely not as much, but it was out there pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I thought there was pretty good news coverage on the stuff in North Carolina. Obviously, it's not going to be as much as California. California's got more people, you know.
Right. But like my thing is every NFL football game I've turned on, every college football playoff game I've turned on, we're talking about Red Cross donations. And I just don't think we got the extent of the exposure for donating to the Western North Carolina floods. Like, sure, on social media, but I feel like we got that stuff a lot because everybody we know lives in North Carolina, essentially. But I don't know. I feel like it has something to do with the affluency of Los Angeles people, though.
Yeah, I mean, from what I hear, now I haven't done a ton of research, which,
Hey,
status quo
That's
spread
the
for the
it.
name.
pod.
That's the name of this
Spread it.
podcast.
Status quo for the
Spread
pod.
it.
I don't think the government, assistance is quite the same. I think they're helping out a lot more.
Well, I obviously I saw one clip and I'm gonna say it,
Say it.
but the chief insurance officer of the state of California put a 1 year moratorium on insurance claims where they can't cancel people's policies and they have to pay out claims, which I thought was interesting. And I also did not know that was possible, that the
Now,
government had the ability to force insurance companies to do stuff.
but that doesn't change anything about I've seen like State Farm and a lot of other insurance companies canceled a lot of policies last year. Those people are just fucked, right?
I think it was something like there was something that was retroactive, but it didn't go back that far. Maybe a couple weeks at the most.
I mean, there's a lot. It's
Yeah.
pretty weird, and it actually brings up my random question out of order. Do we
Save it.
think? Do we think? I know, no, it flows better right
Yeah,
here.
send it.
I have
Yeah,
more.
send it.
Do we think that this was done on purpose? Do we have a conspiracy on our hands?
Oh shit.
Thoughts?
Oh,
No.
shit.
I'm gonna go no.
Do I think it was done on purpose in terms of like burning all these people's house down? I'm gonna have faith in mankind and say no.
Me too. Yeah.
But I mean,
But I
you know
don't
what?
think it's
Sketchy.
I don't
It's
think it's
Trump.
out of the
Trump did it.
question. Yeah, Trump did it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Trump. Yeah,
No
totally.
comment.
You give Mike a panic attack. I
Oh
don't know,
my God.
man.
Yeah. It's
I don't know, man. We have to dive into I'm sure there's tons of conspiracy theories online already
Oh,
going.
definitely. No doubt.
I've seen so much stuff about like DEI in the fire department in California. And I'm like, no one gives a fuck who is hired until there's an issue. And then they're like, it's because she's black and gay.
Yeah, just like the Secret Service agent that couldn't holster her weapon
Yeah.
when the whole assassination thing happened. Like nobody cared that she was out there when nothing was going on. But as soon as there's assassination attempt, and she looks like she's never held a pistol before in her life.
Yeah. It's just I don't know. I'm not that's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm not gonna fucking I'm not
um,
gonna slander anybody. I'm not gonna make any conspiracy theory claims.
I will say the clips that I've seen from the planes picking up water from the ocean and then flying over and dropping it on like a fire is crazy. Like the accuracy, like the pilot's skill level in order to be able to like do that accurately is nuts.
Yeah, no, that shit is insane. I saw something that's only used as like state of emergency type shit because of the like if there's a typical like regular wildfire that's contained, they won't do stuff like that because if the ground gets too salted, like too
Saturated.
saturated with salt, it like destroys the environment.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I
and
could see
yeah,
that.
and not to mention, I mean, everything's gonna get all corroded with
Yeah.
all that salt. Yeah, it's definitely not good.
No, that's something I definitely didn't think about. um but yeah, pretty crazy series
It's
of events.
horrible, dude.
Yeah.
It really is. I hate it.
Yeah, you think about the people
Devastating.
that, might not have the insurance policy that's going to cover their house, right? They've
I mean,
probably had this house for generations and
yeah.
now they can't afford to build back their house in that area.
Well, and then you think about like I saw a clip, birth certificates, like
Mm.
important
Oh yeah.
documents, like dude, awful, awful. I think I saw something that, State Farm canceled like $74,000 or 1,000 policies last year, like last summer. So, and I don't know if that's just because they knew, how bad it can get and like, some of the neglect, but
I
a
think they should
lot of
be
policies got
penalized for that
canceled
kind of
last year.
thing.
Yeah.
I think the government should put steep penalties on insurance companies that do stuff like that because that happens here too. Obviously not with wildfires, but a lot of insurance companies don't insure on the coastline anymore because of how bad hurricanes are getting.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's a scary world to live in, because that shit can happen really anywhere. I mean, given obviously it's higher probability in California for the wildfires and stuff, higher probability for floods on the coast. But just wild. Um, but let's move on to the good old athlete segment. So Corey, this athlete is for you. All right. So you know the rules. We'll give you 3 hints. And if you guess it first try, then me and Tyler have to chug a beer. I have a nice lukewarm Coors latte sitting right here
Always.
that I
Yeah.
I I hope I will be drinking slowly and not fast. Um, all right, but first hint for the athlete is Hall of Fame. Okay. Second hint, Syracuse.
God.
Third hint, young, uncastrated male horse that's less than 4 years old.
Oh my God. Run it back again.
All
We
right.
can't answer we can't answer any questions.
Yeah, he said run it back. Like give the hints again.
Oh, I thought you said
Um,
running back again. Excuse me. I'll go back and edit that out.
First hint, Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Second hint, Syracuse. Third hint, young, uncastrated male horse that's less than 4 years old. Tyler gave us the last hint.
Okay, so a Colt.
Yes.
Wow, dude, I thought we weren't answering questions.
Oh, well, that was just actually, you know what? I'm gonna fucking put a gun in my mouth.
It's the Syracuse. It's the Syracuse that gets me, man. I don't know. Shit.
So you got Hall of Fame.
Okay. Wait, you said no questions?
No questions
Well,
until you make your first
just
guess.
till you get your first guess. This is for the beer.
Yeah, the first guess is what
Hall of
makes us
Fame.
chug the beer.
Ooh. I think, is it my boy Dwight?
No, it is
Dwight
not.
Freeney?
No.
It is not Dwight
No,
Freeney. However,
dude.
he did go to Syracuse and he is in the Hall of Fame and he is a Colt. So those hints would have worked for him as well.
Dude, I think I'm done. I think that was
Well,
my
so
only
yeah, so that was your first guess. Now you can ask questions.
Okay. Is it offensive player?
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm. Is it, man, within the last 10 years? Or did he retire within the last 10 years?
No. Last season was 2008.
Dude. Offensive. Okay, wide receiver.
Yes.
Is it Marvin Harrison?
Yes. Nice.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know he went to
No,
Syracuse
I
either.
didn't know either.
And I don't even think Tyler knew he went to Syracuse.
Yeah, big Syracuse fan over here. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh wow. All right.
All right.
Well,
Now,
cool.
thankfully,
Dude, I was kind of freaking there, not gonna lie.
honestly, the panic
Oh,
sets
no.
in, and you're like, "Damn it, I'm not going to know this."
No, I was really scared there. Okay. All right.
Marvin Harrison
Made it
is
out.
elite, one of the
Yeah,
best to ever
dude.
do
Oh
it.
my
Got to be,
God. He was so great.
got to be one of the best to ever do it. And him and Reggie Wayne, ultimate duo.
Reggie Wayne. Ah, good times. The
Young
golden days.
young Peyton. I mean, talk about a good time to be a fan. I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably what made you a fan, right?
It
That
was.
era.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
hard
And
not to be.
unfortunately, I'm a loyal guy and I've had to stick with him since then. We haven't been relevant since Peyton left. Don't even want
Yeah.
to talk about Curtis Painter.
Talk about my boy C Paint.
Sickening. I actually thought that was going to be the athlete
Oh,
going
really?
in. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was going to guess him as my first guess, but then you said Hall of Fame.
Right, definitely not.
Nope. Nope. Definitely not.
All right. Well,
Sweet.
okay, so athlete segment is over. From my understanding, Corey has a little segment that he wants to do. So, my friend, the floor is yours. We'll hand it over to the two-time.
The two-time champion. Yeah. Don't forget it. So, as we near the year mark of the pod, I figured it would be fitting for a loyal listener such as myself to get on to do a one-time segment called the Mount Rushmore of idiotic things said on the podcast. If you guys aren't familiar, Tyler and Trey, there are 4 faces on the Mount Rushmore. So I came up with what I believe are the 4 dumbest, idiotic, or just plain wrong things said on the podcast in the almost year of its existence. And without further ado, number 4. I've already spoke on the subject on the podcast, so not a whole lot more needs to be said, but I'll never forget it. Still makes me mad. Burger King being horse meat. Just a blood boiling and ridiculous comment. Just please go to Burger King and get a burger, get you a Whop, and tell me that shit ain't good. Tell me it tastes like horse meat. Yeah, right. Whatever. But moving on. Number 3, an all-time podcast moment. Not sure if this was just a speaking blunder or what it was, but we have Fudge Rodriguez. I think about this just like randomly in the middle of the day sometimes and just get a good chuckle. Just old Fudge. I love it. I love it. All time moment. Number 2. This happened last week, and this actually sparked the creation of this segment. It was Tyler claiming Trump didn't get shot in the ear, but instead got hit in the ear by a shard of glass. I have no words for how stupid this is. Sure, you can claim that he didn't get shot in the ear, totally fine, but I would love to hear the logistics of how a shard of glass popped up, got him in the ear at the exact same time that the bullet was shot. How that's more likely than getting grazed by a bullet, which is a completely possible thing. Like it didn't have to go through his ear. He can literally get grazed by the bullet just because there wasn't a hole. Don't speak. You can speak after. No, don't put that mic up to that mouth. No, you can talk after. No, ridiculous, stupid, awful, just horrible. It was almost number 1, but the more I thought about it, number 1, I've been sitting with this one since May the 2nd, 2024. I went back and re-listened to the episode, and it actually made my skin crawl, made me even more mad. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Apple Music versus Spotify debate. This was so bad, so horrible. The main and really the only reason that Tyler gives is quote unquote something about the app. His words exactly. But then the good stuff starts. Trey starts spewing radioactive garbage with this like moronic confidence, something about Spotify equals PlayStation users equals Android users. Like no correlation there whatsoever. Makes 0 sense. He then calls me a traitor, which I'll circle back on in a second, and then doubles down on his idiocy by saying, I like making my own playlists. I don't want to listen to Spotify's playlist. Brother, got some news for you. 2 clicks, you got your own playlist. It's some boomer logic right there. And he then finishes his rant by saying he thinks that people switched from Apple Music to Spotify because we like the little roll-up things on our Instagram stories. Let me remind you that earlier, the trash chute that he calls a mouth said that I was a traitor for switching to Spotify. So what I now want both of you to do is grab your phones, and I want you to look up, you don't have to look up when it was created. I want you to look up when Spotify became popular in the United States. Just real quick for me, and tell me what comes up.
I'll buy it. 2012.
2012. All right. So now what I want you to do is look up the date or year that Apple Music launched.
2015.
And I want you to tell me how exactly we are traders or jump ship from Apple Music to Spotify when Spotify was created and popularized in the United States before Apple Music.
Are we allowed to speak?
Sure. That's
okay.
It. Well,
So,
I do have some honorable mentions.
Okay, honorable mentions. So Apple Music, Spotify. Spotify became popular in the US apparently before Apple Music. News to me. Good research there from our actual reporter. We've been saying a long time that you are the only reporter that we actually have on the podcast. Everybody else is just a fast food analyst or a rap guy. But Just speaking from experience, because that's what this podcast is about. We don't base things on fact here. That's just another fact of the podcast. Everybody had Apple Music, and then we switched to Spotify later.
That's not what happened.
No.
That's not. Are you talking about iTunes?
No, I know iTunes. Like we had iTunes with the phone, and then we illegally put music onto our phones. But then
Look, we'll never agree. It's fine. It's fine. But I've been wanting to get that one off my chest for a
that's
long
fair.
time now.
It's fair.
Horrible arguments you made. I mean, like I said, Tyler literally all he said was something about the app.
That's a great argument if you ask me.
Just awful. But anyway,
did I say, like, are you saying I said something that was unintelligible, or my words were
no,
literally
that something about the app is what you said.
huh?
Real
Like, good stuff
journalism.
there. Good stuff there. Quality insight. But yeah. Any other thoughts on those before
Yeah, so I
move to
got
honorable
I got some
mentions?
thoughts on the first four. The other day we were actually in the car, Sam and I think it was yesterday actually, and we passed a Burger King, and she said every time we pass a Burger King it makes her think of Drew, which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
And I got a good chuckle out of that. So Sam, Drew, every time that we pass a Burger King, Sam thinks of you. Who said fudge versus pudge? Was it me or was it Tyler?
It was you.
It was me.
Yeah, you called him fudge.
That's crazy because I absolutely know who he is. But
All right.
but that's funny. Also, the conspiracy is now that there was no bullet, no shot even fired. Someone actually from the crowd just threw some glass up there and hit Trump in the ear.
Got him in the ear. Oh shit.
Now listen, I'll explain my reasoning.
Okay.
I think he was behind glass, or there was glass behind him, is what I read. Granted, I might have got by some misinformation. Totally possible.
NBA Centel.
I got sentled. That's fine. And truthfully, in my heart of hearts, I did not even consider the possibility that the bullet grazed his ear instead of going immediately like straight through his ear like it was held out like this. It was not even there was not even a consideration in my brain that was a possibility. And I'll own that.
Good.
Another thing that I will stand on forever is Apple Music is better than Spotify.
Look, fine. You can have your opinions. It's whatever. It's the logic to back it up that really got me. That just, and then the, Spotify equals PlayStation users equals Android users. Like,
fact.
what is that?
That's fact.
What do you mean?
That's fact. If you had Spotify in high school, you definitely had a PlayStation.
No.
And probably an Android brick.
No, that was not
That
the case.
Look, that's in doctrine somewhere. There's a scholarly article somewhere. Look, I just report the news.
Not
Okay.
well or factual.
That's not what I said. I said I just report it.
Got it. Okay.
I do that was great.
I need the honorable mentions though.
I need the
they're good.
HMs.
They're good. So only one of them is from me. The rest are from your lovely listeners.
Nice.
So honorable mentions. Last week, also, Tyler jumped in to correct Trey when he said that our buy-in for our fantasy basketball league was $100. Trey was in fact correct. Tyler corrected him and said the wrong things. He always loved when someone makes a correction of something with such conviction and they are dead wrong. Kevin wanted it to be known how much the way Trey says Notre Dame irritates him, as it does all of us. The T is in fact in front of the R. Bryce mentioned how you both agreed to participate in an amateur fight, which we haven't heard shit about since. Mike noted that Tyler's claim that he could walk into a gym cold and squat 315 is obviously bullshit, especially now with this just devastating foot injury.
He can't shoot around jogging.
This horrible foot injury. And the discussion about our speed was ignorant. and the just overall blatant false claims and drastic over exaggerations about your individual abilities. Wes and Drew being essentially useless in every form of the word were, of course, no help whatsoever. And that's all we got.
Yeah, that was
That
probably the most accurate thing anyone's ever said on this podcast is what you just said about Wes and Drew.
yeah.
I mean, just worthless.
I do have to say I picked Penn State to beat Notre Dame, so I didn't have to hear Trey say it anymore.
Notre
Yeah, God,
Notre
I
Dame?
hope Ohio State wins, man. I
Notre
can't do
Dame.
it.
Notre Dame.
You still can't do it.
Fucking roll Irish, baby.
Jesus
Love
Christ,
it.
bro.
Love it.
And honestly, like, obviously you say it in a dumb fucking retarded way. Oh God, bleep that out.
Whoa, dude.
Can't do that.
Oh, now 2025.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
But it almost felt like in last week's episode that you said it more than you normally would for some
Yeah,
reason.
he did.
Like
He did.
it for some reason, like you almost knew what you were doing, and you said it like 20 times in a minute.
That's how I say it, and I'm not going to change it.
I'm not asking you to change anything. I'm just saying you said it a lot.
Probably because they're relevant. They're playing good. Old Notre Dame.
They are. I wasn't expecting them to be here.
Well, that was just great. I love hearing what my friends have to say about it.
You know what I'll say that I'm surprised did not make it on there. When me and Marissa did our episode and she was naming athletes and she said Javi Lopez.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh.
That would have been a good one.
I forgot.
I'm shocked that didn't get on here because that one keeps me up at night that I fucked that up.
So yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to like pinpoint which is a good thing for you guys because of the amount of things that you say wrong on here. It's hard to like pinpoint specific things, and so I think that's what everybody kind of struggled with, especially me. I actually kind of struggled with, because I wanted to build this around that horrific comment about Trump catching some glass last week. And,
That's what sparked. That's what sparked it.
Yeah, that was it.
A couple that I'm gonna self-report here. This is actually a Tyler saying that the Cape Fear is the fastest flowing river on the East Coast. That was some misinformation.
That was our first episode.
Was that the first episode?
Yeah, we started off right away with lying.
Started off strong. And then also I think a couple weeks back, what's the battlefield that's near
Moores Creek?
Moores Creek I don't think is a Civil War battlefield. I think I said it was a Civil War battlefield. I'm pretty sure it's like Revolutionary time.
Okay.
So self-reporting.
Now, if we're on the topic of exposing ourselves,
hold on one second. Hold on
Okay,
1 second, Corey.
Yep.
Let's take a quick commercial break.
All right, back from our commercial break. I know you guys are really going to go buy that product. So where were we left off? Corey just had something to say.
All right, yeah. So I was exposing myself on a listener blunder. Actually, it was really bad. So it was last week. You guys were doing your athlete segment. And let me preface with this. You guys started the segment. I pull up to work. I get out, go to work, 10-hour day, long day. Pick back up, and I hear the three clues again, which were New York, Protege, and 50 Cent. And I'm like, oh, I've got it. I was so confident that I got my Snapchat out, and I was like about to like say, this is it. Haven't even got to the answer yet, but I know it. And then it hit me that my answer wasn't even an athlete. My guess was Pop Smoke. And I was like, dude, your brain is fucking mashed potatoes. What the fuck are you talking about? This is an athlete segment. But New York Protege, he was a protege, and then it was 25 cents.
Yeah.
Quarterback, yeah. And
so you're thinking
I was
like half of 50
he's like
Cent.
he's kind of like 50 Cent. He's got the 50 Cent flows. It's like, dude, it's Pop Smoke. It has to be. And they're like, what the fuck? The athlete segment. So yeah, it was pretty stupid.
I would have loved to have gotten that Snapchat.
Quickly deleted the snap. Thankfully, I didn't send that out.
Oh, man.
But yeah, that was it. So
That'd have been
That's
good
great.
stuff. Well, yeah. So I think lessons learned going into the second year of this podcast. We got to fact check ourselves a little bit more, or we could just not, and then
Nah.
we have these funny segments to talk back on.
Yeah. I mean, this could be a yearly segment.
I like that, almost like our Spotify Wrapped.
The roll up, as you called it. Fucking disgusting.
Spotify Wrapped roll up. Apple Music, I think, has now done a Wrapped, but I think Apple Music actually calls it the roll up, whereas Spotify has Spotify Wrapped.
The Apple Music one is dog shit though. Even
Yeah,
like for an Apple Music guy, it really does
Much
suck
like the
dick.
app. And it also killed me, by the way, that you guys talk shit about Spotify, and it's the one that you like have to be on to listen to this fucking podcast.
That is true.
Like, what sense does that make?
I'm pretty sure Apple Podcasts makes us pay, and we're not going to pay for this.
No.
No, they don't. The reason we're not on Apple Podcasts is because I didn't want to create a new Apple ID.
Oh, you have to create a new Apple ID?
Or use your current one, and I don't like messing with mine.
What is it?
My Apple ID?
Yeah.
Probably like Mets fan 69.
No, it's like a TTC 3327 at uncw.edu. Like I don't have access to the email.
Oh, the whole thing about the UNCW email. That's terrible.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that. You used
I
that
didn't think I wasn't even thinking about it.
And your Cape Fear email. I logged into something the other day and it had like your Cape Fear email. Like you were the last person to use it and it was your Cape Fear email. I was like, why?
That's my Netflix.
No.
It's my Netflix that has my Cape Fear email. Which I don't know. I guess Netflix just be sending me shit. I've got no idea.
What happens when you forget your password?
All my passwords are like the same with like a different punctuation piece. Like I'll figure it out
10
eventually.
passwords and eventually one of us.
Yeah, like, and I have it saved into my phone, like with the password thing. So like,
yeah. All right, well, let's move on. Let's talk a little college football playoff with our favorite team, Notre Dame, is in the national championship against Ohio State. I will say that Tyler picked Penn State over Notre Dame.
God damn, dude.
So you were wrong there. Who do we think is going to win?
I think Ohio State is the better team. I think they're going to win. They look the best, I think.
You got any thoughts, Corey? You've been watching college football playoff?
I'm not as big into college just in general, but, I've been watching it here and there, and, I think Ohio State's got it.
Yeah, I think they're just too explosive on offense. Penn State really didn't even do all that much. I think they're kind of blow them away, to be honest. I think it's not going to be that close of a game. So I will definitely take Ohio State. Honestly, doesn't really even matter what the spread is. I'm just going to take them with the points. Also, like on that topic with the points, I have a theory that I've been trying recently. And if you just take the spread of the favorite every single time, you win more often than not because Vegas knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's not bad.
So all the college football playoff games and really all the games today that happened in the wild card, I've took the over on all of them. Well, not the over, the spread of the favorite. And the only one that didn't win was the Chargers versus the Texans. Texans ended up beating the shit out of the Chargers, which
that was crazy.
I was a little surprised. I thought that was at least going to be a close game. But overall, everybody, all the favorites won. I guess we'll jump into NFL, but one thing I wanted to bring up in the NFL is Tyreek Hill is now wanting to get out of Miami.
Tell me if you guys felt the same way. I started to feel a little hint of CTE there when he was when he was talking about all that.
He definitely gave off CTE vibes. He even changed his Instagram profile picture to Antonio Brown, just put his own face on Antonio Brown's body. And like, you know, that whole rant that he had when he left the Bucks, took his shirt off and then did like the peace sign.
Mhm.
Well, he took that picture, but just put his own face on Antonio Brown's body. So maybe they're the CTE twins.
The interesting thing about that, the connection between those two meltdowns, is they both happened after losing to the Jets.
That'll
Yeah,
do
I'd
it.
probably that'll do it. Yeah, that's storied franchise.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, say that louder next time, pussy. The thing I do like about like Tyreek, say he's out in Miami, is oh wait, never mind. I was gonna say that's good for my Tua Jalen stack, but that's not in our dynasty league, so never mind.
Oh, was that in the league that I won for the second time as a two-time champion?
The two-time.
Yes, and I don't know if I've mentioned this. I did win. I lost the poop bowl, and after missing the playoffs by one game, I'll add. But this next year, I believe we voted to institute last place punishments, if I'm not wrong, right, Corey?
Yeah, but we say that all the time, and we never come up with a good last place punishment, and it never happens. So I believe it when I see it. It
Yeah,
Are
doesn't matter to
you,
me.
do you have any interest in doing that for basketball? Obviously not this year, but
because it's
next
gonna be
year.
me.
If if we can come up with a good idea, yeah.
It's
But we
got to
can.
happen like on draft night when everybody's paying attention, like
Yeah.
so that everybody can agree to it. Because if everybody doesn't agree and say like, yes, this is the last place punishment, then it's kind of BS. You know what I mean? You
Well, I
can't
don't.
implement it.
Yes.
Would everybody have to agree, or would it just be the majority?
Well, it could be like, hey, if you're playing in this league, this is the last place punishment. Um,
The majority rule of it, and if you don't do it, you're kicked out of the league.
sure.
All
I
right.
mean,
Now that's easy to say as a non-commissioner. Like this league is hard enough to fill, and it's hard enough to get money from everybody. I finally just got the last payment.
talking
Take a
about
wild
basketball.
guess at who that was.
Yeah, that
Um,
we'll keep that inside baseball. Everybody
yeah,
knows who that was, but
yeah, yeah. But
I
it's hard, and we've got a pretty good league going. Once Trey kind of gets back in the groove of things, it's
Oh,
gonna take
I'm there,
it's gonna
baby.
take some time. Yeah, you're killing it. Hey,
it'll take a
you're
couple
welcome
years for
for
me to
your
get
one
back.
win.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, thank you. I
there
appreciate
you
that.
go. Half my team's hurt right now. I'm putting up like 400 points a week. It's horrible. I'm setting my lineup at the beginning of the week, and I'm just not looking at it anymore.
Yeah,
When my
it's
team
pretty
gets healthy.
discouraging.
That's bad.
I actually had a shot to win this week. I'm playing Tango, and I really thought it was going to be close, and I thought I might pull it out. He's going to beat me, but uh, I don't remember if it was Saturday night or Friday night, but all those games got postponed.
Yeah, for the
And
Fires.
you're right. And
Mhm.
that really screwed me over because I was supposed to be a big night for me. And then I only ended up having like two people play in that night. So that kind of screwed me. And then just like took away any chance. It was still going to be close whether those people played or not, because he had some people that were postponed as well. But yeah, I'm gonna take the L. 629 to 717 right now. I am not the league's leading or league's least point scorer. That is yours truly, Corey. That's you.
It's a rough year, man.
575.
It's a rough year.
So I would have at least beat you this week. I guess I can hang my hat on that one.
But
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Go ahead, Tyler.
I was gonna say this is my best year I've had in the past 3 years, so I'm happy with it. But I'm getting absolutely demolished by West this week.
Yeah, I mean, Corey, you're 5-6. Like you're not
Well,
out.
yeah, it's because
Your
my
team's
team
playing
got
fine.
healthy.
Hmm.
I won 4 games in a row, and then Luca went down again, and then it was one after the other. And you just, unfortunately, with fantasy basketball, you don't stand a chance when you have that many injuries.
Yeah, no, for
Can't do
sure.
anything about it.
Um,
But what I was saying is, I mean, we have a good league,
yeah, for sure.
and it would really hurt for anybody to drop out just because they didn't want to do the loser punishment.
Yeah, I think you make the loser punishment something that's really not that bad of a punishment. Like maybe you win the champion or you have to wear the champion's favorite team's t-shirt for like a whole day or something like that. Something that's really like not that bad.
And
So like
we could probably do something a little more hard than that. Like maybe like I don't hate the all day at a bar thing.
yeah, I mean that doesn't have to be like it can change year to year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The first one can be, pretty light. Then we can change based on if everybody feels that way, or we can just not do a punishment at all. I mean, it's been working fine with no punishment. Everybody still competes. It's not like, you know, there isn't people in the league that just don't set their lineup, which I think
No,
is
and
important.
this is really our first year with that. We
Yeah.
finally, Eric, who used to be really good, kind of just fell off. Colin was good at one point. He fell off. We've
Former
replaced
champion.
them. Yeah, and we've replaced them, and we've got a good league now. So I'm happy with it. I'm not happy with my team this year. It's
Yeah.
definitely not my year. And coming off of the most heartbreaking loss of all time last year, losing by 1 point on a stat correction in the championship it's not great. It's not great.
That
Yeah,
can't
there's
be
a
topped.
big fat asterisk on Wes's championship,
Yeah,
huh?
collusion, clearly. There's something up.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
I'm gonna turn it on. How many games we got left? I think I'm gonna turn it on now.
Ooh, we got a lot. Still probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah, I'll turn it on now. Finish maybe, you know,
Oh God.
9 and 11.
Wow.
Big
Okay,
time.
cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Casually just
Insensitive, but
casually just
sweet.
drop 9/11 on everybody.
Oh yeah. Damn, rip.
It's only been 24
It's
fucking
fine.
years, dude.
It's clearly been long enough because
Never
every
forget.
time I get on Instagram, there's some sort of 9/11 meme or something. I don't know if there's like a 20-year threshold or what, but
I say you're on
people go
9/11
crazy
Instagram
with it
too.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my
people
God.
seem to have forgotten.
It's a coping mechanism.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can see that. But were people doing that? Like, you know what? Never mind.
Let's get off the 9/11 talk and
Oh,
let's
Yeah, I'm
let's
just gonna
talk
keep my comment buried.
let's talk a little college basketball. Corey, I know you're a Tar Heel fan. I don't know how much college basketball you've been watching.
no,
Um,
yeah.
but our Tar Heels are 11-6. We're 4-1 in the ACC. So we're hopefully turning a little bit of a corner, playing a little better. Something I want to talk about is there's a former player, Dontrez Styles, who was a four-star recruit, came to Carolina, played for 2 years. Averaged 2 points the first year, 1.4 points the second year, transferred to Georgetown, averaged 12.8 points, and now plays for NC State, averaging 9.4 points. We played NC State last night, ended up winning. Are we okay with, transferring back to your rival school? Or is that how do we feel about that?
Well, let's of course clear the air. They're not our rival school. They're a rival. We don't like them,
I like
but
that.
let's be clear to all state fans out there: you're never going to be our rival because you're not our equal. You never will be. And no, it's bullshit. You shouldn't be able to do that. I'm sure he hopefully isn't welcomed when he comes back to the Dean Dome. Hopefully he gets a nice booing, but nah,
No,
it's not
I
cool.
like that take big time. I like thinking of state as like the little brother.
Yeah,
And sure, they've built their program a little bit up. They're not a basketball school, let's be real. And they're really not a football school either.
they ain't a sports school.
They're an all
They're
right,
they're an
they're an all right engineer.
architectural and a
Yeah.
textile school.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Um
man, I wish we had state fans listening, but we don't. I don't think.
Kevin,
somebody is Kevin's a state fan? Did he go
I
to
think
state?
Kevin, he's from Raleigh, so
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sucks to
well,
suck.
Apex around Raleigh. Um, I was a little taken aback when you did say. I'm glad Corey cleared the air on that you did call them a rival. I was taken aback when you said that.
No, I like that. I like that at all. I'm here for all the smoke. But talking a little bit more about Carolina, Hubert Davis has been coach for 4 seasons. This is his fourth. So, first season he had that improbable Final Four run where they really weren't that good, made the tournament. I think it's like an 8 seed, went all the way to the Final Four. crazy season. That was like the emergence of Caleb Love and RJ Davis. Missed the tournament in 23, which, Carolina fans never happy about missing the tournament. Like we shouldn't ever miss the tournament. Then last year, number 1 seed going into the tournament, losing the Sweet 16, pretty good year. So they finished the season number 1 seed, get to the Sweet 16, we're good. If we miss the tournament this year and or low seed bad performance, is Hubert Davis got to go?
So it's tough because I don't think he's a bad coach. I think there's a recruiting issue there. I think he maybe isn't the best recruiter. He was ill prepared to fill in Baycott's absence, and that's what's hurting us this year. So I don't think he'll be gone, but we'll put him on the hot seat for sure. And you'd like to see some better recruiting coming in for sure.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I think he's on the hot seat right now. If we miss the tournament, I think he's got to go. I mean, that's 2 seasons in 4 years missing the tournament. That's absurd.
For Carolina, that is pretty bad. Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to miss the tournament. I think we're going to get in, but we'll have to see. But I think he's definitely on the hot seat.
Yeah, I see it.
Tyler, I know you guys are in a rebuilding year at Syracuse. Probably not going to make the tournament. I saw somewhere on a post that you have a 0% chance.
It sure fucking feels like that watching them play. We are on a 2-game win streak, though. We beat Georgia Tech 62-55, and we just beat Boston College yesterday 79-71. So Donnie Freeman didn't play the last game, but other guys stepped up. JJ Starling had 20 of his 26 points in the second half. So maybe we could be annoying in the ACC tournament and, just hand a couple schools an annoying loss. But this is a rebuilding year. We got Carmelo's kid coming next year. I mean, I think he's a 4-star recruit.
Yeah.
God, he's about to be in college.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we're old as fuck. I think he's 42nd overall in the nation.
Yeah, and I think he's a pretty big recruit. I don't think he quite made that 5-star level, but he's definitely a big time recruit that you guys got.
Big name too.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be cool watching Carmelo's son play at Syracuse. I would like for us grabbing him, pretty early. Help bring in a couple other, 4 stars, maybe a 5-star, and just kind of build on something.
Yeah, I hear you. But one thing I want to talk about is the Cooper Flag dude from Duke. It's definitely a anti-Duke podcast, big time. But Cooper Flag is the real deal. He just played our favorite school with the favorite pronunciation, Notre Dame, and had 42 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, which is an insane stat line in college. 42 points is wild.
Yeah, he's fucking good, dude.
Yeah, he looks like the real deal.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully, he's another one and done Duke player.
Yeah,
out of there.
Hopefully.
I saw a post today that said Cooper Flag is the LeBron James of Gordon Hayward's.
And
I was like, that's crazy, but okay. Gordon Hayward, fucking NBA All-Star, but okay.
Right. But I mean, the kid, he's 18 years old, right? I don't even know if he's 18 yet. Like, he was 17 when they started the season.
Which is nuts.
And to be doing what he's doing. But I'm pretty sure that's an ACC record that could come up in next year's misinformation spread. But I think I
did see that.
I think it's maybe it's a freshman record, but there's not that many people that score 40 points in a college basketball game at the D1 level. And he just makes it look easy. Like, he scores from all 3 levels. He plays defense, which is one thing that I really like about him. He seems like a hustle player. Every time you see him, he's freaking drenched. He's not just like out there playing slow. He's getting after it. So,
I think I think there was something like 6 guys have done that as freshmen since the year 2000, and Trey Young did it 3 times in a year, score over 40 points in college, which is
Yeah.
fucking nuts.
Trey Young was different in college for sure.
Yeah. So I think Cooper Flag he'll probably go top. He'll probably be a lottery pick, right?
Yeah, I think he's pretty much number 1 or 2 pick right now, other than that dude from Rutgers. You know what I'm talking about?
Dylan Harper.
No, the other guy, something Bailey, Ace Bailey.
Who is Dylan Harper?
Dylan Harper's on Rutgers.
He's on Rutgers too, right?
He's the point guard, but the other guy, Ace Bailey, is like the 6'9", 6'10" forward / guard that they have. That he it's effortless. Like he can score. But let's move to NBA. I don't really have much to talk about the NBA, but did you see that Reed Shepherd went down to the G League and scored 49 in his first G League game?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like the difference between the G League and the NBA and how good those guys are in the G League. But Reed Shepherd's a fringe NBA player as far as minutes right now. I mean, Houston, their backcourt is pretty loaded. So, I mean, that's the only reason he's not playing that much. But to go down there and immediately just fucking annihilate that competition, guys who are scratching and clawing trying to get to the league, that's what I thought Reed Shepherd was going to be. Obviously, I didn't think he was going to score 50 points in an NBA game, but I thought he was going to be an immediate impact player.
Yeah, I just don't think they have a role for him right now because Houston's kind of good.
Yeah, and they got good backcourt players.
Yeah.
Got a lot of guards on that team.
But the thing to me is just like, a G League player walks into the Carolina Beach Rec Center, and he's the best player that any of us have ever seen or played against.
Yeah, probably the best player that you've seen or played against.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Oh yeah, like you play at the freaking YMCA at 5 a.m. when you're playing at over 45 years old, bullying 5'6" guys down there. You've played with some serious talent.
I just made an offhand comment. I didn't deserve all of that.
Sorry, I didn't want to attack you, but I had to. But yeah, so 49 points, just went in there and just absolutely toyed with everybody. Wild.
Pause for dramatic effect.
Crazy.
All right. Okay. All right.
And thanks everybody for coming to the Reed Shepherd podcast.
Let's move to the portion that everybody maybe is going to enjoy, maybe not. Random questions. So we'll do me, you, Corey in the order.
Yep.
I know, Corey, you already kind of got one of your questions out, but I got 3 questions. If we need to pick up on any of it, I can throw
I'm
one
locked
in.
and loaded, baby.
Locked and loaded the
Good.
questions. All right. So first question. All right. Any animal on Earth, you have to pick them to go up against another animal. Who's going to come out on top? Like, who is, I know they call the lion the king of the jungle, but like, who's the guy? Who's the one animal that's going to beat every other animal in a fight?
Are we talking like fist fight?
Fist fight,
What are we talking?
biting
One-on-one.
fight, one-on-one, just
One-on-one
whatever
fist
they
fight.
got going at
Look,
it.
I'm taking kangaroo.
Because they got
rated
hands?
E, boy. Yes, sir.
I just want to clarify. This is a fight to the death, right?
I was thinking more so fight to the death. I wasn't
All
thinking
right, then
like
I want to change
boxing.
my answer. That's
Yeah,
why I said fist fight.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. I think fist fight is great for kangaroos.
Yeah, that's a hot.
For
That's
fist fighting is a kangaroo game. Fight to the death, I'm going a polar bear. There's just a combination of size and strength and ferocity. They're gonna fucking annihilate everything else.
I think polar bears probably slept on.
Because they're bigger than grizzly bears, and grizzly bears are
Huge.
huge.
Too slow.
Huge.
Think too slow?
Too fat.
For what? What'd you got?
I don't know. Shit. I mean,
think
kangaroo might still get him.
Just
no,
piece him up.
a polar
Yeah.
bear could probably kill 100 kangaroos.
Now that is something I'd like to
check
see.
that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So I was thinking a couple thoughts on animals. Uh Gorilla's up there on my list. Grizzly bear was up there on my list. And then tiger. I think tiger is up there. You know, they want to say lion's the king of the jungle. Well, for one, I don't think lions even really live in the jungle.
In Asia, they do, but we'll come back to that. There's one for your misinformation.
That's one for next year. Um, but I think more of them as king of the savannah.
Yeah, that's a fair majority of the time. The Asiatic lion is also smaller than the African lion.
Yeah, I think tiger. Tigers are huge.
Tiger will absolutely fucking demolish a lion. They're way bigger,
Yeah,
way stronger. A gorilla, I like it as far as, we get back to the fist fight thing. Gorilla is badass. And they have crazy bite force strength with those fangs.
yeah,
But I don't think a gorilla can beat a tiger or a grizzly bear.
yeah. No, definitely gorilla out of those three was gonna be the third for sure. But just the sheer intimidation factor, like a gorilla's got to be one of the scariest things to encounter.
I'd piss and shit all over myself if I saw a gorilla
Yeah.
or a tiger or a grizzly bear.
Corey, what are you thinking? What's your pick?
You know, if we're really talking about all animals, I feel like a highly venomous snake could get a grizzly
Okay.
bear.
Sleeper. Like real covert ops type shit.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
like it.
It's interesting. A take I did not think about.
Yeah, I
Give me
wasn't
a
wasn't
black
thinking.
mamba or something.
Yeah, Black
Really can't
Mamba.
handle that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We need to put it to a test. We'll get like some Hunger Games type stuff going on and do it with animals.
I like it.
Okay.
Trying to resource it. Our question two.
Okay, this is just kind of a random, this is very random. It'll be a quick in and out thought. Our junior year, this is more directed at Trey. Was Coach Haney an assistant basketball coach?
Whether it was junior or senior year, I don't remember, but at one point he was assistant basketball coach. Yeah.
I don't remember why that question came up. It was somebody's fuck. I don't know. Anyway, that was my question.
yeah.
There was more to it, but in my notes I just wrote Coach Haney ? So
Okay. All right.
Well done. I'm sure the viewers will relate to that one.
I got a bunch, you fucking bitch. So
All right.
there'll be more.
All right, Corey, let's go with yours.
Okay. So this is just as off the wall as it gets. Also a quick yes or no. Do we think that there's any possibility that a hog is secretly the offspring of a human and a dog, and it's just a highly kept government secret? Because I mean, if you if you merge the words human and dog, what do you get? You get hog. You got a dog-looking creature with human-like skin. What are the chances? Thoughts?
You are on one with the conspiracies today, man. These government conspiracies fucking started the wildfires, created a genetically modified trash eater. So we're talking about like pink, like pigs,
A
but
hog.
yeah, like male hogs are male pigs. I don't fucking know. I think that sounds right. We'll go with it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna
I'll
say
go with-
yes.
I mean, Trey, look at Tyler right now and tell me you don't see a hog.
Tyler's damn close. He's damn close. He's one
Yeah.
generation from
Yeah,
being
his
in a
great
mud pit.
grandfather created the hog.
That's why you remember when you used to always watch those videos, pigs eating trash or whatever? That's
Oh,
why. It's in
Yeah,
your
I know.
DNA, dude.
Like, oh my
Pig,
god,
pig eat,
it's my
pig eat
cousin.
lemon. Pig eat lemon.
Oh man, it's in your DNA. Oh God. Yeah, you're one generation off. You better hope that Marissa doesn't have those genes in her family.
All right, that's my wife you're talking about, buddy.
Just report the news.
All right, your fucking question.
All right. So, worst sports city to be a fan of. And I'm talking like city. So, like if you were a fan of all the teams in the city. So, if it's, you know, Charlotte, we're talking about basketball, football, and hockey.
Charlotte doesn't have a hockey team.
Is Carolina Hurricane? Oh, they're in Raleigh. Right. But you get the premise.
Yeah, I get it. Charlotte was just a bad example.
Bad example. Right.
For me, I'm gonna say Cleveland.
Cleveland, that was definitely up there on mine.
Historically, Cleveland. Obviously, their baseball team was pretty good this year, and the Cavs are good.
Yeah, but historically, I definitely see.
Historically, I'd say Cleveland.
Okay.
Damn, you took the obvious one.
Yeah,
there.
I think that's where I was leaning as well.
That was a meatball.
Right now, no, because their basketball team's good. I was gonna say, well, no, their football team's good too. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling. Honestly, I would almost say Charlotte right now.
Yeah.
Even though it's just two sports, I mean they're pretty rough right now.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers have never won a Super Bowl.
Never won.
We've had pretty much 3 good seasons. Sure, we've had some all right seasons, but it's hard to be a Panthers fan. Like it's really hard. And then the Hornets, yeah, sure, LaMelo's exciting, but really before then we've had, back in the day when they were the Hornets before, they were a little exciting. But then we talk about Bobcats,
Oh,
bad.
horrible. I mean, they've never truly been a competitor, even with LaMelo. He's exciting, but they're still not competing really. And then he gets hurt, and they're just horrible to watch. It's rough.
If you can get tickets to a game for $22, they suck.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying ticket prices should be expensive, but if when they're trying to put people in the stands, that it's bad.
Yeah. Do we think so for New York, you think it's harder to be Jets and Mets or Giants Yankees?
It's not even that's a dumb fucking question. It is so much harder to be a Jets and Mets fan. It's not even close. We're talking 1986 for the World Series and 1969 for football. It is not even close. I'm going to tell you, if a Yankees Giants fan said they have it rough to me, I will fucking assault them. Straight up.
That's fair. And what about so Chicago? Obviously the Bears and Cubs historically good. The Cubs have won in recent. The Bears have got to be a hard team to root for right now.
Yeah, the last time they won a Super Bowl was in the 80s, right?
That checks out.
With Mike Ditka.
As far as I know.
Chicago's rough right now, for sure.
And
especially if you were a White Sox
great.
fan.
Yeah, it depends on how far you want to go back.
Yeah.
But right now, yeah, they're up there for sure.
Okay. So I think our consensus is probably Cleveland for historic.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
For me, this is a music related question. What is your favorite Sabrina Carpenter song? I've been on a Sabrina Carpenter kick lately.
I don't really know the names of the songs nor the lyrics on the top of my head to sing them.
Sing it. Go ahead.
That's why I said I don't know. Obviously, Espresso is a bop. I thought you were about to sing it. It looked like you were about to get into it. But Sam likes her new album. And what's the song about? Have you ever tried this one?
Oh, yeah. Keep going.
Yeah,
Keep
I don't know
going.
the words. I can't think of the words.
Come on.
Come on. No, you can't get that shit for free out here. This angelic voice.
Yeah, I don't got it. I think I only really know espresso, and I probably heard more, but I don't know the names or anything like that. I'm a chaperone guy, personally.
Little
Okay,
hot
give
to
me.
Fucking dude,
little hot to go.
awesome. Oh,
I'll take your favorite
Kink is
chaperone
calm.
song. My favorite Sabrina song is Please, Please, Please. That bitch bangs.
That's
Okay, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I think I know that one. Favorite chaperone would, it's pretty clearly Pink Pony Club, but
Oh, that should bop.
Great, great song.
Casual is right behind it, and I like My Kink is Karma too.
See, I don't even know that one. I know hot to go big time. The TikToks that people say, do you think they'll play hot to go? And then they like go into like a basketball game or something like that. And then they end up playing hot to go, which is hilarious. We should make that we should make a TikTok. And obviously we're not going, but like do you think they'll play hot to go and then like take a video of the inauguration like we're like going to the inauguration?
Well, unfortunately, there won't be a TikTok at that point.
Oh shit, is it gone before that? It's the
They're saying the
19th or something like
19th
that?
if nobody buys it.
And the inauguration is what, like the 20 something?
The 20th.
20th.
There we
20
go.
something. I knew it was in the 20s. Fucking up there.
I like it. I like it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Instagram reel, buy stock.
True. Yeah, true. Meta. All right. My next and now my last random question would be imagine you find out that you are actually the descendant of a former president. Which one would you want it to be and why?
Oof.
Easy. Actually not easy because there are two that I like that would be like kind of cool. But we have a minute. You want to just hop into that?
Yeah,
that
let's just
last
hop
one
into
and knock
that
it
Yeah,
out?
and I gotta take a piss too.
All right, cool. We'll hop in. Just hop in when you're ready.
All right.
Yeah, Bryce, make sure you try that product we just mentioned. It's really going to help with that itch you have.
All right, thanks for that sponsored ad. All right, so going back into Corey's question, if you could be the descendant of a former president, who would you want it to be?
Yes.
Okay. It's tough. I have a few options in mind. I think old G-Dub, George Washington would be sick. Abraham Lincoln, because he's a cool guy. Honest Abe. Bill Clinton is kind of a goat. And then honestly, I'm thinking the other G-Dub, W. Bush.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking George W. Bush, because then you get two presidents. You get him and you get HW.
Do you get HW?
Well, it's his
Oh yeah,
fucking
if you're a
dad if you're a
descendant. Yeah,
descendant.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I thought,
Stupid
okay.
fuck.
All right. I'll take that one.
Jesus, we're not even in our second podcast of the year. You don't even know how lineage works.
I wasn't thinking about that.
Him or Barack. Athleticism, as far as presidents go, he's got to be up there.
Saying that because he's
I
black.
have no idea if he's athletic.
I've seen him shoot a
Just 'cause
basketball.
He
and
plays a little pickup basketball.
All right.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I didn't.
Didn't George Bush play baseball at a pretty high level?
George Bush,
He throws a good
I'm
first pitch.
That was a mean first pitch.
best first pitch of all time post
Oh, yeah.
9/11. Two 9/11 mentions in one episode. I don't know what the fuck's going on. But there are actually a couple presidents who played college sports. What about fucking Teddy Roosevelt?
That would be a good one.
Oh, badass.
Yeah.
That'd probably be me. Yeah. I probably am. Yeah.
Yeah, probably somewhere down the line.
Now that I'm looking at you, kind of look like him.
Thank you.
You look like a bull moose.
Well,
I think Teddy would be a good one.
Yeah. He was a solid guy. Real cool. Kind of badass.
You know what? I'm gonna throw a shot right here. Mikey Two Sticks, descendant of Taft. I'll leave it at that.
What kind of shit?
I see it. I see it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I like it.
I know you're not up on your history, Mike. Google What is Taft most famous for? And that's why he reminds me of you.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah, I'm sticking with W. Bush. That's what I'm going with.
I think I'm gonna go Teddy Roosevelt. I think that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I like that one. Okay. Um, all right. Best food and condiment duo.
I mean, the easy one is French fries and ketchup. I think that's easy, low hanging fruit. I don't know if I'm gonna go with that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's definitely
The correct answer to the question is egg rolls and hot mustard.
Wow.
okay.
It's yeah, unparalleled.
Okay. I like that.
I wasn't expecting that.
I was thinking pizza and ranch were gonna be up there. That's
Some
probably
people think
Wes's
that's
favorite.
sacrilege. Some people think ranch on peaches, pizza,
Peaches.
pizza.
Pizza.
Some people think that's like sacrilege. I mean, I fuck with ranch on pizza,
I do
obviously.
too.
Yeah, I
Heavily.
typically don't put ranch on my pizza. I don't dip it in there, but I'm not like I don't dislike it. Um, I think this was coming from I was at Buffalo Wild Wings and got a sampler and onion rings in Southwest Ranch is a pretty deadly combo.
Yeah,
Yeah. Onion rings and zesty sauce from BK.
that's a good one,
Butt
Corey.
with it.
Fuck
Oh,
Fight
BK.
with it.
This
Fight with
fucking
me.
BK bullshit.
It's just
dude,
me,
when,
Corey,
all
and
right,
Drew.
Trey, when's the last time you went to BK?
I think the last time I've been, well, actually, no, I've been to BK more recently, but I actually got BK breakfast, which was surprisingly okay.
Say
Um,
it's good.
So
You can
where does
say
the
it's
hate come
good.
from? What's the deal here? You have a
oh,
bad
it's
experience when you were a kid or
no,
something?
it's
What's
just
up?
funny because how mad it makes everyone. That's the only reason the
Yeah,
hate
but
comes
you
from.
said it before you knew it made us mad. So I mean, it had to come from somewhere.
No, I mean, truthfully, I just don't think like every time I've gotten a burger, which has been a long time from BK, it just hasn't been good. Um, well, yeah, that's where the hate stems from.
From a
Just
long time
a
ago, one
long
or two
time ago.
bad experiences. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
not a good argument there.
I'm gonna be honest. You kind of sound like a propagandist.
Maybe I am.
Yeah, he's on McDonald's payroll.
I'm on somebody's payroll. Fuck, they're on to me.
How's about? Oh, God, never mind. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna say, how about you let me take a propaganda at them tits, but it's a stupid joke.
Yeah.
It is now. It probably would have if you said it. Oh god.
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, what was the question?
We're talking about I think yours was egg
Yeah, egg rolls.
roll and
Shit,
hot
yeah.
hot mustard.
Shit, yeah.
All right.
Can I say bacon, egg, and cheese, and my condiments are salt, pepper, and ketchup? Like, because that
Nah,
would be that. I feel like I'm kind of cheating it
I
with
think you're
that
cheating a
many.
little. I'm specifically talking about like a food you eat that you dip in a condiment.
I mean, chicken wings, traditional chicken wings, and ranch.
That's definitely on some people's list for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we've gotten good insight. I'm gonna have to try this egg roll and hot mustard.
Oh, so good.
I'm
You
usually
strike
not a
me as
big.
a duck sauce kind of guy.
I like duck sauce.
Yeah, I fuck with duck sauce. Hot mustard's good too, though.
Huh. Okay. All right, you're up. If you have a third, that was my third.
I'm done.
All right, we gonna just bounce back to Pat's peeves. I got a few Pat's peeves.
Yeah, I got a few
Yeah.
of those too.
Okay, Pat's peeve number one: when you watch a long video on TikTok and you're into it and you can't find part two. I hate
Yeah,
that shit. I
that's
hate it.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking frustrating. Or this kind of piggybacks off of that when you're watching like clips of a show and it gets to like a really good part and they haven't uploaded the next part yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Like you're
just
talking about like one of those shows that's like being released weekly.
no, it's just like you're randomly on a TikTok and you see like clips of The
Oh
Sopranos
yeah,
or
yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah,
and then they just haven't the person uploading the clips hasn't got to it yet.
yeah. Yeah, that's frustrating. But I was in deep on one the other day, and of course, I go look for fart two, and I just could not find it. It was on one of those pages where they weren't the
Part two.
original fart two. Yeah, uh, you guys never heard of that, but they weren't the original poster, so it like obviously was not there, and it was frustrating.
Had to mute myself there.
My Pat's peeve is the insurance company I'm dealing with for the woman totaling my car. They're really trying to play hardball with me and not give me the money I deserve. And I'm just gonna I mean, I'm gonna get as petty as I possibly can and see where I get with it.
Nice.
That far.
I've got time.
That sucks.
Yeah, I've got time. So
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. Let me know if you need a strongly worded email. That's email Karen's gotcha.
yeah, no, I probably will.
I'm here for you. But my first pet peeve is when someone wants to show you a picture or video on their phone and then they spend so long scrolling through their camera roll and they can't find it. And you just have to like sit there and pretend like you're not seeing all their selfies and their pictures of their pets and stuff. And it takes so long. And then sometimes they're not even able to find it. And then they just like shamefully put their phone away and they're like, well, it was really funny.
Oh yeah, I'll show it to you later. I'll show it to you later.
Did-
That's annoying.
Obviously, this happened to you recently, Corey.
It happens to me all the time. I've had this one locked and loaded for a while.
Yeah, that actually happened like 6 months ago, and he was so frustrated he wrote it down, and he's like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, no, I did.
No, that I
Been
hate
in
when
my
that happens.
my notepad on my phone.
That
for a
is that
while.
has also happened to me. I've like, oh, I got to show you this, and like I'm like, yeah, it's gonna take way too long to find this, so
Yeah.
like let's just keep
But
it
see,
moving.
that's what you have to do. You have to
Yeah, yeah.
realize, okay, because I did the same thing. It was like last week. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to do my own Pat's peeve, and I said, nah, never mind.
Right.
That's what you got to do when you know.
Yeah.
Cut it off.
Okay. Next past peeve. So, like I said, I was at Buffalo Wild Wings eating a sampler, and the sampler comes with mod sticks, nachos, all that stuff. And I'm watching the game, drinking my beer, grab a mozzarella stick, and I dip it in what I think is my marinara sauce, but it really was the salsa.
Salsa. I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, just take a bite, and I'm like, what is this? It was gross.
Very disappointing.
So then I licked the salsa off my mozzarella stick and dipped it back into balls. Yeah, say it.
Pause.
And then dipped it back into the marinara sauce and ate it, and it was good.
Yeah.
But it was annoying.
Been there.
I can say that's never happened to me, honestly.
Have you ever had a sampler from B-Dubs?
Never ordered one, so that explains
Yeah.
why
No,
it's never happened.
They need to like put them in different colored cups or
Yeah, they
something.
look so similar.
It's a very common occurrence for a B-Dubs sampler. Can relate heavily.
I did get a $25 B-Dubs gift card for Christmas, so probably we'll get a sampler with it, I guess.
Dude, I have like $250 in B-Dubs gift cards that I've gotten like over the years of Christmas.
You still
and
have those?
I never remember to use it.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
can't believe
worst.
you still have that because we talked about that years ago.
Yeah. Yep. Never used one ever. I gave a lot of them away to one of my
Regifts.
employees. Yeah. He
Best.
did
They're
a real
expired.
solid for me. So I gave him like a bunch of B-Dubs cards and a bunch of other gift cards that I always forget to use.
That's hilarious.
What's up?
My second Pat's peeve is when I wake up in the morning. I was out drinking last night. My tummy hurt. I took a little poopy and I send it to my buddies because I'm like, oh, this is funny.
Oh my God.
This is a funny little poopy.
Funny
And
little poop.
You're sick.
and then I have 6 or 7 people and they all tell me to go kill myself, die, all this. And I'm like, it's just a little poopy. Why is
There's a-
everybody so upset?
There's a literal pile of mud. when I looked at the snap, I didn't look at who it was from. I just opened it, and I was like, God damn it, Wes is at it again, because that was a Wes shit if I've ever seen one. And then I was like, oh, Tyler, that's unlike him, but really bad. Didn't like it.
I'm thankful I'm not in those distros.
Yeah, at this point, it would be cruel and unusual punishment for us to send them to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not in those distros.
Nah, dude, you're missing out.
I disagree.
I mean, Picasso made an appearance last week.
Oh my God. That was absolutely foul, but the name was great.
Picasso.
Get some help.
Yeah, whatever. Good times, good times.
All right.
You're disgusting. I hated that. It's a fucking mound. Anyway, my second Pat's peeve. Now this one is blood boiling like no other. A simple thing. Tweezers that don't tweeze. Like, what the fuck? You have literally one purpose. I mean, take it out. Sometimes I'll take it out of the box or the packaging, try to just get one little hair on the unibrow, and you close it down, and then you pull, and it just pulls off, and it doesn't tweeze. Like, what's the point? What are we
Yeah,
doing
that's
here?
annoying. That's super annoying. Because
Do you
then
have do you have a preference for like with your tweezers, the edge being like slanted or a straight across edge? If I don't even know if you've experienced the two different types, but
Yeah, I have. And I don't have a preference between those two, but I do like either one of those versus the like needle tip ones.
yeah, I don't fuck with the needle tip ones at
I
all.
don't like the needle tip either. Because I
They're
feel like you can't
supposed to be
grab
better.
anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
no,
too
it
I
small.
never
think
works.
I think they have better grip if you actually get a grip of something with the needle tip and you can pull it out easier, but like actually getting it on the hair or whatever you need to pull out, it's doesn't work good. I like the slanted ones.
Yeah, if I had a preference, I would say I like the slanted ones better.
I feel like it's got the most surface area. But the
Yep.
slanted ones, in my experience, are the ones that don't work the least or the most. The ones that like
Yeah.
have
Yep,
Yeah,
got it.
you're a word savant.
yeah,
Connoisseur.
we knew this.
But yeah, that's it.
Okay, I have a couple Pat's peeves that Sammy wanted me to bring to you guys on the show. Um, when people say espresso versus espresso, she said drives her
That ties
crazy.
into Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
espresso. Um, also in terms of speech, supposedly versus supposedly. She said gets
Okay.
her pretty good.
Okay. I'm gonna add to that when people say all's you gotta do instead of all you gotta do.
All you got to do.
All
Yeah.
you gotta do is get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And then she also said, when someone says, do you mind if, like, they're asking a question and then the person responding says, like, yes, that's fine, or something, instead of, really the answer should be no, I don't mind.
Mhm.
But she said that gets her. So,
Yep. Oh, another one. I could care less.
oh, yeah, that's bad. I'm probably guilty of that one. I'm not going to lie. But that is bad. Yeah, definitely bad. But for some closing comments, I have one hot take that I don't know if you guys are going to agree with. I know some people definitely won't agree with, but Moe's is better than Chipotle.
I don't disagree.
I mean, I don't think that's that crazy. I think Chipotle is a hype train. I mean, I'm not gonna say I dislike Chipotle, but I do think it's overhyped.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's
Yeah.
probably, a little cleaner.
I haven't been to Moe's in a long time. I used to go to it. I mean, we used to go to it a lot when it was right there off of Oleander.
Oleander in college, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. But yeah, Moe's gives you more food. They give you chips. You don't have to pay for them. And they actually have salsa that you can get.
And is this just popped in my head, but this is a thing, right? Welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's. Yeah. Big
Okay.
time. Just makes me feel good when I walk in.
I mean, Chipotle is already a tongue twister, so they can't really do that there in their defense.
Yeah. I have to tell a story after we finish the podcast, but it cannot be recorded.
Okay.
So, with that, does anyone else have any closing comments?
I have one more Pat's peeve
Okay.
I wanted to get off my chest. It's driving related, as they normally are.
Oof.
When people are trying to be nice and they wave you through at a four-way stop instead of just going at their, right time. Dude, I get so irritated. Like, I know you're trying to be nice, but you're literally fucking everything up.
Yeah,
Then you
it's like
start to go, and then they start to go, and then it's just like, dude, fucking stop.
oh, I hate that. Like
Hate it.
four-way stop. Like you got there first, go. Don't wave me on because you're trying to be nice or whatever. Just like do what we're supposed to do and make our lives easier. That's that. I hate that too.
Yep. Huge.
Or when you're at an intersection where it's like four ways and two sides have a stop sign,
Thank you.
and,
Yep.
and someone stops when they don't have one.
That happened
Oh,
to me
yeah.
yesterday. And
That's
that's
not
exactly
how.
what I was
And
going to say.
I get like psychotically mad when people
Me
do
too.
that. And Marissa's like, it's not that big a deal. And I'm like, it's not how fucking driving works.
It's the biggest deal right now.
It
It's the biggest deal there is.
And I'll say some out of pocket stuff.
Screamed at the top of my lungs
Yeah.
yesterday on my way to Burger King at an old lady that did that.
No, me and Marissa were in the car, and it was an old woman who did it. And I said, "This isn't how this works, you stupid fucking bitch." And Marissa was like, why would you? And I was like, I was on one, dude. And then, of course, you feel bad when you pass them and you see it's an old woman. And I'm like,
Yeah, she
oh,
can barely-
I'm
I
crazy.
saw it and I still did it.
Look her dead in her face, screaming
how to
at her,
drive,
freaking
oldie.
out. Yeah.
Oh
All
my
right.
God.
Well,
I do have one closing comment, and
okay.
I don't know if you want to announce our potential guest situation that we're going to try, or if you want to let that be a surprise.
No, we can say it.
Okay, Trey had the idea of one of us picking a guest each week, but not telling the other person who it is, so it's kind of like a surprise for the other person and the viewers. And I agreed. I thought that could be pretty cool. So if Trey can get one, Trey will be the first person to get their guest next week.
Yeah, we'll try it out. It might work, but I think the episodes they get redundant after a while if it's just me and you kind of going through our little flow of college basketball, NBA, NFL. So I think having people on definitely breaks that up. We can talk about like a few different things. It's nice.
Yeah.
So
You got thoughts about that, Corey?
No, I like it. And I mean, starting probably this episode, you should probably get a little bit more of an audience, I assume,
maybe we'll change the profile picture to your face. And I think that'll help.
No, we should do that. We should do that for guests, though. I think
Yeah.
because a lot of podcasts do that, where we have our, main podcast picture, and then each
Right.
episode will have a picture. So I will be finding a picture of Corey and putting that as the thing for this episode because you mentioned it, and we want our viewership to go up. I think that's a good idea.
I like it.
Now, is it going to be like a normal picture? Or is it going to be like an unflattering picture?
No, I'm going to use a fucking normal picture.
Yeah, I think the picture should have to be blessed off on. If it's going to be
Yeah.
funny, they have to give the okay at least.
Yeah, honestly, like if you have a headshot, just text me it.
Yeah, we're a professional organization.
Yeah.
No,
And I do want while we're on
it.
it, last week's episode is our second most viewed episode of all time.
Okay.
So we're on the up.
We're on the up, baby. We're on the up. Big things in 2025. New year, new pod.
I like it.
I'm gonna throw that into every episode this year.
Good.
New
I'm
year, new
definitely
pod.
not tired of hearing it.
And I'm gonna say Notre Dame once every episode.
I'll resign.
And then I'll still do the podcast and say it once every episode. Just for you, Kevin. All right. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. Pleasure having you on as always, Corey. Say goodbye to the two-time.